All right, man. There you go. Yo, what's up, fellas? Just wanna give y'all some tips and just talk to y'all real quick about my trip in Thailand, man. Trip in Thailand was crazy. It's so many things, man. So many things. Let's just first talk about traveling in general. You know, like how do you travel? Like, how do you travel to Thailand? If this, this video, if you've never traveled before and you're afraid, first of all, of course, you're gonna need your passport, and you're gonna need to know the times of when you're gonna go, how long you're gonna be there. That's first and foremost. So I was coming from Atlanta, and I used this app. I used the airlines called Qatar. It's Qatar. All right, Qatar. So Qatar Airlines is like one of the best international airlines you can use. Now I went during the high season because I went during New Year's, their New Year's, which is like, I guess it was April. So it was a really big deal. I mean, the prices, I think I paid like a total of $2,000 some for a round trip. That gave me pretty good seats. Now, when you're flying, you gotta realize, coming from the US, there is no straight shot to Thailand from here. So you're gonna make a stop somewhere. And it's gonna take about 20 some hours. So you might fly for like 20 some, I think like 15 or 17 hours first, and then you'll do the rest after you land. Now, like, I flew from Atlanta to Doha. I believe that's the name of the city. I forgot the name of the country. But this connector, like where I landed at, it is people from all over the globe, man. People from Iraq, people from Dubai, it's people from everywhere. It's a connector. Like how in Atlanta, we got LAX, we got John F. Kennedy, Miami, all these different airports where they got their big one. That's one of the big ones where everybody has a connecting point. So first, make sure that you book your flight online, which that should be pretty straightforward. After that, make sure you have your passport, have all that stuff in check. Make sure you know when you're leaving. Now, this is a big concern some people may have. Well, if I leave the country, do people speak English? Will I get lost or things like that? Nah, man. So when you go out there, this is the crazy part. Everywhere that I've traveled, when it comes to, traveling across seas, the number one language that you always see has representation is English. Everywhere you go, you see English. So you may see something in Thai, you may see something in Japanese or something like that, but under it is going to be in English for everyone to see. Because it's a very common language that everybody, rock with. But English, you won't get lost at all. Now, you also have other tools, whether you have an Android, you have iPhone, you have a Google Translator. Say if you run into a security person at the airport and you got a question, and you're like, you need help, and say they may not understand, you got a translator. You can, hey, talk, and then it translates for them. They'll wait patiently for you to do it. Also, say if there's a sign that you may, like I said before, if there's a sign, 9 times out of 10, bro, it's gonna have English on it regardless. But just say, for instance, if it doesn't, just so for a miracle happens where it doesn't, then you also have on your Google Translator, you're able to translate languages now. So you may see some words that you may not have, understood, and you got the language to translate it for you, which is insane, man. You know what I mean? It'll translate it for you. So no matter what, you're going to be good no matter what. No matter what situation that comes up, whether it's a language barrier, whether it's reading the language, anything like that, you're going to be fine. So your flights, all of that is pretty straightforward. So as soon as I got to the airport, I just was like, hey, look, I was going from Atlanta. So, you go to your international airport, they check you in and stuff like that. Now, when you first land, like I landed in Doha. So when I landed in Doha, you do have to be on it because depending on when your next connected flight is, I had a long way to walk. Like This airport was massive, man. And I had a very long way to walk. I had to get on a train. Then I had to walk. And like I said, you won't be lost because everybody's doing the same thing. There's two things. When you get off, and when you first land in the airport, either you're going to be going to baggage claim or you're going to your transfer flight. So you're going to your transfer flight because you're not in Thailand yet. So all you got to do is just follow the people, man. There's going to be people at checkpoints everywhere to help you. That's one thing I can say about these international airports. From what I've seen, when I tell you super helpful, great customer service, that everybody's there to help you, you know? And this is another thing that a lot of y'all don't realize, man. When you leave and you go to other countries and you're an American, hey, listen, the treatment is different, man. Like, you don't realize you're not looked as black, you're not looked as white, you're looked at as an American. And a lot of us have never felt that before. I know I had never felt that before. I went to Portugal, Lagos, all these places. I never felt that feeling of being called an American, not even by Americans here in the US. You know what I'm saying? We're so damn divided on things. But, you know, because we're used to calling people by their color all the damn time. Overseas, it's about your race. It's about your country. That's what I mean, not your race. It's about your country. They identify by countries. You know what I mean? Because their country is a representation of their race. So when you come from America, you know, they don't give a damn if you black, white, if they look at you and you black and you're from America, you're an American. If you're black, you're from Africa, oh, you're African. Like, that's how they do it over there, man. So like, you already up the score because you're from America. Like, you're already looked at, like, for one, they automatically think you're rich. That's just the biggest misconception. But in some countries, well, in a lot of countries, you actually are. You actually are. That's the funny part. I mean, it's like, you got, in America, if you're a dude that work a 9 to 5, you got some girls out here that look at you like you a lame. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got nothing going on. But you don't understand that what is one person's trash is another person's treasure. If you could make only $900, $800 a week or whatever like that, and you take that same amount of money over there, your currency is much bigger. The American dollar is much bigger. You know, everybody's saying, oh, the American dollar's failing or not. Well, in other countries, it's still very prominent, if not an elite currency, because in other countries, your money is still big, right? So when you travel and you're in that airport and you look, you know, you need help, you can't help but look American, man. That's number one. You're like, everybody, you're an American. Now, there are some people that look American, but they're Russian and all that stuff. But people hear your accent, they're going to know you're American. So when you go there, people are going to be more than happy to help. You're okay, you're a tourist, so that obviously means you have money, you can travel. All right, you're good. How can we help you? When you're in that Atlanta airport, man, I'm just sorry to say. I mean, you'll get help. People help you and stuff like that. But you're gonna run into attitudes. You're gonna run into people that you can tell they don't feel like being there. They're gonna look unprofessional, shirt all dingy, not even tucked in, all that. I mean, it just is what it is, man. It just is what it is. Let me tell you something. When I was at that airport, I didn't see nothing. Not even the janitors. When I tell you, everybody is smiling. When I tell you they got security everywhere. When I tell you everybody is suited up. Hey, how can I help you? Like, they are tailor-made to help you with your day. And then they all smell, like everybody I walked past smelled so good, man. I mean, you can tell they had the real colognes. Like, I mean, yo, look, man. When you hit that airport, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to take a second to take it in, because when I tell you the airport had a rainforest in it, and I know y'all like, what this dude talking about, bruh? I'm telling you right now, it had a freaking rainforest in the damn airport. Every luxury store you could think of is in this airport. Resting areas, food from all over the world. I mean, bruh, it's like you stepping into the future. It's like the customer service, how everything, like even like when I'm in Atlanta, sometimes they'll say stuff over the mic. You can't even hear. You can only hear it. Even if you do hear it, you can only hear where you're sitting at for that, for the gate to get to your gate. Man, they had that thing playing over the entire airport in his soft, smooth voice. You can hear it clearly. It helps you like, hey man, look, I'm telling you, it's a different experience when you're traveling overseas. Do not be afraid to travel. You're going to be fine. There's going to be other people there that'll be able to assist you. There'll be Americans be able to assist you. You know, foreigners that'll be able to assist you. That's their job, and they're going to make sure they do their job. They're efficient. They're on point. Like so when you get to the airport, now if you got like some time, like a little layover, like when I got there, I had a little layover. Now I rushed because I had to take a train. Then when I got off the train, I had to walk. We had to walk, and then we had to go through customs and immigration and all that stuff. I know not immigration, but we had to go through another checkpoint just to you know, get into the airport from the plane. So I went through there. It was pretty cool. It was seamless. That's nothing. They're fast. When you're in Atlanta, oh my God, man, it takes forever. They are fast. I mean, they got a lot of people there, and they're very fast, man. They're getting it done. They're getting you in. They're getting you out. Some of them might even have to take off my shoes. Some I did, but some might even have to take off my shoes. So you go through the line and everything when you get there. Then that's when I seen the rainforest and all that stuff. It was, man, it's beautiful. It was stores and more. Like, I'll probably put up some videos for y'all to see what I'm talking about. But then I walked and I found out I had to find where my gate was. And they have everything. It's so self-explanatory. On your ticket, you're gonna see it's gonna tell you what area you in, because they got like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. If you got A, if you got B or whatever, then you follow the signs where the B is, or until you get to the A area, and then from there it'll tell you what your gate number is. So if you're like A53, okay, you keep walking until you get to the A area, and then all the letters break off, or you might have B, C, D down this way, you might have A this way, you might have, you know, GH. So you just follow it. It's very self-explanatory. And like I said again, if you need help, they will show you on your ticket. They will show you, hey, you need to go here. This is where you need to go. Simple, man. So simple. So simple. So they're gonna make sure you're straight. They're gonna make sure you're good. After that, you know, I waited. I found out where my gate was. I found out what time it was pulling off, because they do everything like by military time. So it's not like our time. So just double check. And whenever you see on your ticket, it's going to say departing, the time you depart, but you got to look out for the time that you're loading. So your loading time is usually like an hour before the departure time. So I went and got me something to eat, and oh my God, yo, that's another thing, man. When I went to go get something to eat, beautiful, beautiful food. I mean, the whole experience was just, it was blowing me away, man. The whole experience was just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Like, you can't beat it, man. You cannot beat it. The food, I was sitting down, I got me some food. I got me a strawberry, nice little lemonade thing. It was all nice with the little stuff on top and everything. Then they had the food and they brought it to me, and I'm sitting there looking at planes fly in and take off. Hey, so then after that, I had to get on another flight. That was like another 5-6 hours. And then I landed in Thailand. So when I landed in Thailand, once again, you know, there was other people going the same way I was going. So I just, hey, I'm asking questions. I'm trying to figure out, because I had to take a taxi to get to Pattaya. So anything that you need to know, I'm telling you, like, you're going to get there. And like me as an African-American, you know, black from the U.S., yeah, I was like, I stood out, you know what I'm saying? I stood out like crazy. You know, and they have it, everything there is a little bit different. So I was asking questions, trying to figure out where I had to go. It took me a while to figure out where I wanted to go for the taxis, but I finally figured it out because I started just asking questions. And I found it, man. I went, asked, you know, hey, look, you know, I need a taxi ride or whatever. That taxi ride was like a 2-hour ride. Do you know how much I paid for that taxi ride? $60 for 2 hours of a ride. Man, when I'm in Atlanta and I need a 45-minute ride, that shit cost me like $120-something, man. You know what I mean? So the price is different out there. We're going to get on to another video about the price. But this video is just to tell you about how not to be afraid when you're traveling. You're going to be okay. It's not the end of the world. You got this. All right? If you got any questions, man, hit me in the comments. You know, I'm just here for the comments. But yeah, man, like, the traveling is beautiful. Go ahead and travel. Don't let the airport scare you. It's a good time, man. It's a good time, my friend. Talk to y'all later.